Welcome to another sketchbook flip. This is probably going to be another one of those ugly ones. And just to get out of the way, I like to decorate my sketchbooks with things that are inspiring or stickers that I buy or something. And if you haven't seen this artist on Twitter, you should, because the way that they very simply reduce a cat's personality to this like tiny little style is just so impressive. Yeah, I'm just going to warn you right now that this is going to be an ugly one, because this one is really a sketchbook and I've done no like afterward filling or decorating or making it look pretty like I do in some of the other ones. So this is like raw sketchbook. So I was doing a lot more commission stuff and I was doing all my Patreon drawings in here. So if there was anything good in the sketchbook, I was cutting it out. So this is all that's left that I didn't mail out to people. So it's going to be like my leftovers, my dregs. So a lot of it is just like practice or taking my sketchbook places. This is me like waiting outside of a hospital because I wasn't allowed in. It was just like really cold. Memes, I guess. I was working out the cat astronaut zine. And you know that I will use tarot cards as a source of inspiration just to get a theme to start with. Very, very cute. And this was his like homemade satellites. But yeah, I was just trying to come up with as many ideas as I could because I had to do an art show, but they opened up the whole room to me, and so I suddenly had to have twice as many pieces as I already had. So I think this was a fun and interesting thing to do. This is when I was starting to wonder if my creativity was broken as I was just drawing from photos all the time. So what I would do is I would combine two random things together. Like here's like a book with birds, a snail but with a cone instead of a shell, an orchid that was actually teacups. I ended up making a whole painting about that one. I have this tiny little change purse that's filled with seeds instead of money. So if you really struggle with coming up with cool ideas, try something like this where you just combine random things together and see just where it takes you. Practice sketches. The inspiration for my owl painting, which turned out to be, I think, technically one of my most popular images. Little ferns growing out of him, and then I changed it to holding a key, just being surrounded in the night sky and everything. And that is like the extent to what my sketches and planning goes to, pretty much. Like for Ten of Cups, I actually reused this drawing here that I really liked, which is why it's so rough here. But yeah, this was my whole plan for a painting. Milo with finches. I wouldn't recommend not planning too much, but sometimes planning is good. Like I said, I was doing a lot more commission work back then. I guess I just stopped pursuing it. It's not something that comes naturally. You have to kind of apply, and I guess I just kind of stopped doing it. Stuff we were doing. I made a sticker out of this one. Scenes from news stories. Oh, here's the original sketch for, it might have been called Ten of Wands. Oh, it's from the heat dome. Very rough weekend. I guess I drew Fran. I sometimes will see really nice shots in YouTube videos and I'll want to draw them. So that's probably one of them. And this is another really good one. If you feel like doing landscapes, but you don't have any ideas, use MapCrunch. It's a website. It'll just like drop you in a random place in the world. You can decide which countries and stuff you want to go to. You can spend a little bit too much time looking for the perfect thing. And that's like the one thing I don't like about it. I think these are like satellites. Random collage. I really like these. These are like leftover markers, alcohol marker sketches that I did. I really like this one. And if you really hate drawing on the backs of pages and you have like a thin paper sketchbook, drawing with alcohol marker is really fun because then it takes up both sides and you get kind of like an interesting, I don't know, I like it. This is a much more planned out sketch for the interurban painting that I have. Just going on walks with friends, excited, or commission things. Sometimes I will pick a card to get a theme to work with and I'll go through the trouble of writing out words and stuff and then I'll have nothing. I'll have no ideas. And I'll just have an empty space for maybe in the future when I have to go back and try again, but no. Nothing. It's me working out the owl painting. That was a complete nightmare to put together and build, but it was really exciting planning it out. It is one of the coolest things that I've ever done. I've ever made, but it is so delicate. I don't know how long it will actually survive as it is. It's very temporary feeling piece, ironically. I like power poles. Ooh, more interesting, captivating YouTube screenshots that I was keeping. I think this was like a Birdtober thing. That's why I'm seeing all of these bird drawings. This is me trying to like keep a bridge that's probably going to be demolished in a few years. That'll be exciting. Be like, oh, I remember that bridge. I also will use Reddit. I think Reddit Gets Drawn subreddit is good if you want pictures to draw, although it kind of sucks. Honestly, it's not that great. Pondo. I like these pages that go across. Birdtober things. I love this bunny. He's so perfect. This was my visual representation of what it feels like to table at a festival or an arts and crafts fair or any social stuff, really. I cannot feel any less human in situations like that. There's a sketch of the Fix You painting. It was gonna go. Just me retrying it, not really liking it the first time. Silly little thieves. Me trying to build cities with random shapes, I guess. Things I was seeing during the day. It's kind of journal-y. Commission stuff. And these are all now sketches for the Petite Show. Sort of similar to the one that I did, and all these like ideas. I kind of want to do this one. It's kind of sweet. I think I was just really sad when I made that. It didn't really fit the theme though, so I didn't. It's a cute palace cat. Huge fan of gouache. I think it really livens up these little pages. is me, my sketch for the sun painting. I have so much working out. And then I got distracted and did more YouTube like screenshots from music videos and stuff. I guess I just used the rest of this as Peachtober prep, which I didn't actually get to in time. So it's just a bunch of scribbles and nothing, and I ran out of time, and then some, oh, I guess these are my Richmond sketches, upside down. Writing. I do all my writing in the back. That's it. Not that exciting, but this is very real, very real, very realistic, very practice.